good morning and welcome to another magical day. My name is Brooke if you're new here, and I post a lot of Disney content. I also post lifestyle and reading content over on my brand new YouTube channel if you want to check that out as well. But today we are talking all about Disney pins. I became a pin collector, I would say within the last 2 years is when I really started getting into it. My first pins I got back when I was a kid in 2007, my first time in Walt Disney World. 2009? 2007. 2007 was my first time in Walt Disney World. I slowly collected pins, and then about 2 years ago I got really into watching pin videos on TikTok, and I have collected quite the collection, let me tell you. I recently took the pin board down in my room, frankly, because it was just getting pretty old and withered and didn't really match my decor anymore, and I wanted to get a new one. But I thought in the process of that, we could also go buy the new one together, organize all my pins, and do a little pin collection video for 2026. Collecting all my pins together, I did not realize how many I have, and I have even more attached to my bags, my jackets, all of that. So we're gonna have to go find those essentially. I don't know if I'll redo the jackets because the jackets have a kind of theme, but we might add some to it. Either way, I want to go to HomeSense and look for a pin board, which I'm really excited to get a new one. I want something that matches my room. My room's a little messy right now because we're still cleaning from Christmas and I'm washing all the bedding, so that's gone. I also have on my new hoodie. It's Winnie the Pooh. It's super cute. I got it at Urban Planet on a Boxing Day sale. I'm kind of obsessed with it. It has all the characters on the sleeves, and then the back also just has Winnie the Pooh on it. Let's head out to HomeSense. We can get a new pin board, and then we can decorate it and go over all my pins. Okay, they have some here. There's one. They have 3 and they're all the same price. So these are all $24.99. This one is nice, big, long, and I like the metal frame. This one is cute, but I don't know if the frame looks too plastic, it's obvious it's not real. And then they also have the same in a square, but that's the same price as that, so I'd probably get that over that. But this metal framing, it still looks pretty cheap. And a pin board has been acquired. It's the next day, obviously. It gets so dark out now. There was no way I was filming after I got home yesterday. But I did get this beautiful cork board. Has this gold framing that, yes, it's not perfect, but also it was $24.99 at HomeSense. It's exactly the big size that I was looking for because of all the pins I have, and it's a lot nicer than the one I had. So overall, I am extremely happy with my purchase. I just went around my room and collected all my pins because I kind of had them scattered, and I would really like to condense them as much as possible, with the exception of my jean jackets, which you'll see in a minute. Pin collection wise, I have collected Donald Duck pins for a very long time, even when I was just doing the odd trade here and there. So I have some Donald Duck pins, Winnie the Pooh pins always, and then I also have pins from just memories of stuff. So when I buy a pin, it's usually because it has some sort of memory attached. When I trade a pin, it's usually because I just really like it and it's really cute. And then I also do blind bags. I think I want to hang it, we'll have to measure the wall, see if I want to hang it this way or this way. I think it will, looking at it right now, it's going literally right here. I think it will end up being hung vertically. I think that's the way it's going to be, and I want to start with the classic Walt Disney World pins in the middle, and then we can spread our way out to the sides. I have them sort of kind of by collection. Sorry, they're all behind the camera here. I have them kind of sort of by collection, but the collections also kind of feed into each other, so I want to use that to my advantage to place them on the board. And then obviously we want to leave space in between too for any new pins that I get, because I'm going to Disney World in 2 weeks. And we all know we're going to get more pins then, especially because it'll be the first weekend of Festival of the Arts. So we're definitely getting one of those pins. I want to show you my jean jackets first, because then we can just get them out of the way. One more thing. I know some of my pins are fake. A lot of them aren't, but I think quite a few of them are. I don't want to know about it. If you see a fake pin, don't tell me about it. I try not to collect fakes, obviously, but sometimes it happens. And if I'm happy with the pin regardless, I don't want to know that it's fake. Anyway, getting into it, on my black jean jacket here, this is just my very thin throwover jean jacket. I just have 2 pins, and I kind of would like to keep it this way because it is a little more plain. I have a Chip and a Dale. These 2 are from one of the summer collections a few years ago. I don't know if they still sell it, but it was like a big pin pack you could get, and I did end up trading for both of them on boards, and I just really, really love them. I then have my Winnie the Pooh jacket, and we're actually going to add a few more to this in a second. So as you can see, this one is quite covered in pins. I will put this on in a second, but I want to show you how I attach them first off. So this is a big Tigger one I got, and I do have these locking backs that I got from Amazon. These things do not budge. When you want to get one of these pins off, be prepared to like break all of your nails because they're not going to budge. But I got a big pack of these locking pin backs from Amazon. I'll link it down below in case anyone is interested, and they are perfect if you want to put pins on your bags or on your jackets or wherever you want to put them, because I know the whole reason I never used to put them on my coats and that was because I was so scared of losing them, because the Disney pinbacks are like, they fall off so easily, but this way they're very secure, and I don't have to worry about it, and I can just wear this around. Let's put this on and take a look. So we already saw the Tigger one here. That one I got from just the Winnie the Pooh gift shop. It was really, really cute. I loved it. And then moving down, I do have my little Piglet safety pin. That was one I traded for. And then this one here is from Hot Topic out of a blind box, another little Piglet one. This is the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I got this one in 2018. This is one of my all-time favorite rides of all time. I honestly love that ride so much, and I think this pin is the cutest. It has little hanging bumblebees, which I just absolutely adore. Going down further, I have my little Winnie the Pooh Admit One pin. Just got that one off a board. And then these 2 here, Eeyore is also from a board, just a little zoom pin. And then Rabbit is from another blind box at Hot Topic. Rabbit flying a little kite there. Moving over to the other side, I have this Pooh pin here. I know this one is a fake. I actually got this at one of the knockoff gift stores around the Florida area, but honestly, I don't care. I loved that it was a little Pooh Bear name tag, because obviously I was a cast member, and I just adored it. I know it's a fake, but I think it's just really, really cute. I actually then just have 2 pins that I want to add to this jacket right now. So the first one being this really, really cute Winnie the Pooh hat that I traded for, and I want to put this one right at the top here. So just to show you, I mean, the locking backs, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but they just slide on, and then you are not getting that off. That is stuck there. Another Hot Topic one from that same collection as Rabbit. This one is Eeyore holding the kite. I will need 2 pin backs for this one. That was hard. I had to do that off camera, but there we are, Eeyore flying his little kite. I have no idea if this board is going to stay up. I just have it propped up with boxes, but we are going to find out together. So the very first pin is this Mickey Mouse Walt Disney World pin I got years ago. It is just a classic pin of the castle, and I thought it would be perfect right in the middle to start out our board. From here, I just want to add some of my other pins that just represent classic Disney, whether it be individual theme parks or just other general elements of Walt Disney World. So I do have this 2025 Walt Disney World pin. I actually got this one at the Florida Outlets. I was really impressed with that find. I have 2 of the little castle pins from Wave A of the 2025 mystery pins. One of them is actually the chaser pin, so really happy with that. So I'm just putting these on, and the castle that is the chaser actually has like an Epcot pattern on it, which I kind of love because that kind of helps transition us a little bit. I have this fun little Blizzard Beach pin from when I went to Blizzard Beach in April of 2025. Had to get a Skyliner pin just because the Skyliner is my favorite mode of transportation by far. And this is where we kind of start transitioning, because I do have this Epcot pin I got off a board. It is the Nemo pin. And then this one here is just a Mickey Sorcerer hat. We can put that one right down there. Moving on from here, the next logical thing for me is to transfer into some more kind of ride and attraction pins. One of the ghosts here, another of the Wave A pins from 2025, and this is obviously giving me Magic Kingdom energy. I'm going to put it right up top here. And then I was gifted this Festival of the Arts pin from 2025 as well. I didn't go last year, but it was a gift and I really like it. It, of course, is going with our Epcot pins. There we go. Just had to put some weight because my boxes were falling over. So from here, I think we can feed more into my festival pins, my parks pins, my ride pins, all that kind of stuff. Starting out, I have my Festival of the Holidays pin from 2023. And I do honestly plan on getting a pin for all the Epcot festivals that I'm going to at any point. So this is a Epcot 2025 from my most recent trip, Festival of the Holidays pin. This one was so hard to find because I went so late in the season. They were pretty much all gone, so I'm really happy I got that one. Also a Festival of the Holidays pin from 2025. This is just the Germany Pavilion Christmas pin. And not Epcot, but still Christmas. I have my Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party pin from my first ever Christmas party this past year. That can go up with our kind of Magic Kingdom-y collection right up here. And then I do have 3 pins that kind of represent, well, they either definitely represent Canada or represent Canada to me in other ways. So this Chippendale, obviously, a little hockey pin, very Epcot-esque. So that's gonna go right there. A little Canada Pavilion pin also can go right here on the board. And then this is a Chippendale popcorn pin. Chippendale are really often associated with the Canada Pavilion, and also it's popcorn, and I worked at the popcorn cart at the Canada Pavilion. So it's very fitting to me. We'll put that one right there, and then this kind of leads into the pins that I got from working at Disney. Over the multiple programs that I was on, I did collect a couple of cast member pins. So the first one just being, I don't even remember what year I got this, but it is just a Disney Alumni Association pin. I have an infamous Vista Way pin. And last but not least, I also have a Disney trainer pin from when I became a trainer. Moving right along, kind of also related to when I worked at Disney, I have 2 Star Wars pins. I'm kind of glad I wasn't a huge pin collector when I worked there because this could have been problematic, but I do have this little open edition pin, and this can go right by our sorcerer's hat up here. I also have a little R2-D2 pin that I got off a board. I do have 2 more festival pins, but I also have an Orange Bird collection of pins. As you can see here, this is definitely a Flower and Garden Festival pin from 2025. This was the year that I went to Flower and Garden twice last year, and the second time was actually when I was hosted by Disney, so it's a really special moment for me. So we're going to put that right on the board there. And the second one is also from Flower and Garden. This one's 2023, but it doesn't actually say Flower and Garden on it, but it is a really pretty Orange Bird pin, so she can also go right here on the board. I have other Orange Bird pins, and I'm honestly almost 100% certain they are fake, or at least 3 of them. One of them I bought, so I know it's not. These Orange Bird pins are fairly frequently faked, so just know that if you are getting into Orange Bird pins at all. I got these off boards in like 2018 when I was on my very first program, before I even knew that fake pins were a thing. That being said, I love them so much. I think they're really, really cute. I love Orange Bird. So I am keeping these because I think they're still cute pins and they still add to my little collection. And then I have the Zoom Zoom pin that I got out of a Adventureland collection. I just kept the Orange Bird one and used the rest for trading. And because we are talking parks, we can also get into resort hotels. I only have 2 resort pins. However, I do plan on collecting more. I did not get the All-Star Christmas pin, which I really wanted. So I did not get an All-Star pin this year, but we're going to be going to the All-Star resorts a lot more in the next year. So we will get pins as we are there. First up, I have a Port Orleans French Quarter resort pin. This is actually one of, if not my all-time favorite resort. And when you open it up, Tiana is actually on the inside. I thought this was just a really gorgeous pin, and because I love the resort, I wanted to get it. And then I have a Vero Beach pin. I love the coloring on this one. Vero Beach is a hidden gem. So if you have not been there, I truly would highly recommend, because it is honestly like a Disney hidden gem. It's a magical, magical place. We have those, and then from there, I feel like that also kind of leads into other vacations, because, I mean, Vero Beach isn't Disney World, so we have my Disney Dream pin from when I went on my cruise. So this corner can kind of be other Disney destinations. And then it was a Halloween on the High Seas cruise, so I do have my Halloween pin from that too. And this then leads us into my other Halloween pin, which is my Kermit pin. So we have Kermit holding a little Miss Piggy pumpkin, a really good find from a board, I believe. And which leads us into the rest of our collection for Muppets. So we have another Kermit pin, and I have a Beaker pin because Beaker is my favorite Muppet. I don't know how close to the edge I want to get these. And I do want to get back to Walt Disney World because I do have quite a few more Walt Disney World pins. The rest are all kind of attractions pins. So I want to get into that next. The only Hollywood Studios attraction pin that I have is this Runaway Railway pin. We all know how much I love the Mickey and Minnie cartoon shorts, and this is perfect. This also is very similar to the Mickey and Minnie on the Skyliner there, so I think right there is the perfect spot for it. I have a little Country Bears pin. We have Bunny, Bubbles, and Buna, and this one can go right by our little Haunted Mansion ghost here. I got this one before, well, I traded it for it, but right before the Country Bears closed down. I got a Tiana's Bayou Adventure pin. I was working in the parks when Tiana's opened. I got to do the customer preview, and I also just really adore the ride, honestly. The next collection I have is actually when I was really into blind boxes in, I think 2009 might have been when I got these. First up, this is all from the same blind box collection. I just have a Grumpy and Dopey on Splash Mountain. Of course, that can go right next to our Tiana's one. We have to put the mountains together. So we have Lilo and Stitch in space. Another mountain, this is an Animal Kingdom pin. It is Chippendale with Mount Everest. All our mountains together there, which leads us to another Animal Kingdom ride, Dinosaur R.I.P. That one is a keepsake for sure. And that one can just go under Chippendale over here. Back to Magic Kingdom, same collection. I have the Haunted Mansion pin. I do have a Dumbo Soarin' pin, and this could go over with the Epcot pins, but I would like to keep this as a collection together because they are also, you know, the same. So I'm just going to put it, and you know what, it can have a home right there. I did collect Pirates of the Caribbean pins for a little while. I have a really small collection. So this is my Pride and Joy one. So that's obviously a Magic Kingdom attraction pin. She can go right there. And then I just started collecting kind of Pirates pins to go with it. So I have this one that is a directional compass. I have Captain Hook's face in the shape of Captain Hook. Hook and Smee. And then I got this from the new Wave A of the 2025 pins. This is the Pirates hat ear headband. And that fits in pretty nicely right there. Now I want to start going into my character pins. And I do have quite a few of these. These are just random characters that I got. So you have to figure out where to put these ones. I think if we start extending Mickey and Minnie down to the bottom left, that will be good. First off, I have a little Mickey Peppermint Munchling, and that one fits nicely right there. I have a Mickey 90 pin, again, another one I'm 100% sure is a fake. I got it from one of the just Disney knockoff gift shops, but I worked Mickey's 90th birthday as a character attendant, and I really enjoyed that and wanted the little keepsake of it. Mickey in a little frame, and this is actually a Pop Funko pin. It's of the Polynesian Resort, and I found it on a board. I think it was a really good find. My one and only Just Minnie Mouse pin. This is the first pin I ever traded for, so I will never get rid of it, and it will go right there. I got it in 2007 on my very first Disney trip. I have an Olaf coffee cup. This is kind of Hollywood Studios-ish, so we can put it with our Canada Pavilion / Star Wars pins because we're kind of in the way of Hollywood Studios, and it's winter-y, so it can be with the Canada stuff. That works. I have a Bug's Life. This is just a little Heimlich popsicle stick. I love Bug's Life. This would be a good fit, I think, with our little Animal Kingdom pin collection. So we can put that one, it can go right there, why not? And speaking of Animal Kingdom, I got a Judy Hopps pin from Hot Topic when I got a blind box. It's super, super cute. I wanted it to put in my bag for when I went to the Canadian premiere, and I did. And of course now that is in Animal Kingdom. So that is a perfect fit. And I think we'll actually, because I think we're going to end up getting another dinosaur pin when we go ride for the last time. So I want to leave room for that. So we can put that one right there. I have a sadness pin, and I'm not sure where to put sadness yet. Sadness could be good maybe right here, just as we start kind of expanding pins out. Sadness does lead us though to Bruni, because they are part of the same collection. So Bruni can go right beside Sadness there, and Bruni is a part of Frozen. I guess we also could have put Bruni by the, actually maybe we should do that. Hold on. Let's put Bruni by the Olaf cup, and then Sadness can go right there beside them. That's better, I like that. And then that kind of leads us into our Disney princess pins. Perfect little transition. So we have Mulan. This is a Loungefly pin from Hot Topic. And then I have the Jasmine pin from the Little Cuties collection, which leads us into Ariel pin from the Cuties collection. And I do have quite a few Ariel pins. This 25 years of pin trading one is a new one that I got from a blind bag this year. Little circle pin with Ariel and Flounder. The Ariel ear headbands. And this brings us to our villain pins, because we have Ursula. Another Ursula, which then takes us into other villains. So we have Scar. And then we have the Evil Queen. Switching sides a little bit kind of across the board, we do have some just like other classic Disney characters that I would like to put on there. I don't think they really have anywhere particular I want them to go. I feel like we could start them up top, because Dumbo is, you know, an attraction, and we have Dumbo in this soaring pin right here. So we can put Dumbo right there. Leads us to Marie, which leads us to this little fun find I found on a board with Oliver. And cats to dogs. We have a 101 Dalmatians pin. And that goes into our other balloon pins. So we have Goofy. And let's start expanding to the right a little bit more. And we also have Baymax. And then we have Jiminy Cricket. I'm not quite sure where to put him, but he feels very Magic Kingdom-y, and he would fit really well right there. Final little set of Disney pins I have is my Donald Duck set. And I feel like that could also continue over from the balloons. So we have Donald Duck from 2021. I got this one from a board just because it has that like classic Mickey Mouse cartoon Donald Duck on it, and we know I love him. He will fit... Oh, no, he does not fit there. That's okay. Let's put him... You know what? Let's just start him over here. Why not? Because we have a ton of Donald Duck pins. I have a little Donald Duck ear hat. He can go right there because they all kind of have ears going on. This is one of the newer pins I got on my most recent trip. It is part of the Wave B of the 2025 set. Little Donald Duck bubble wand. We have Donald modeled after the Mexico Pavilion. This is a little Donald Duck with a guitar from a Hot Topic Loungefly mystery box. And then the last three final pins are also from 2025 mystery sets from the blind bags of Wave A. So we have Donald Valentine's Day Heart. We have St. Patrick's Day Donald. And then finally we have Easter Donald. Took a while, but we did it. Those are all of my Disney pins on the board with room still to expand. So I think this will keep me good for a while, and if I run out of room, we can always put them closer together or whichever, but I think this looks pretty good right now. I like it, and yes, we will definitely be adding more pins very soon. Thank you so much for watching this little pin video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And that is all. I hope you all have a magical rest of your day.